down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
What's going on, Savvy investors? Bang, bang. Feels like forever since I've been on the radio show. Well, I'm back. It's kind of rested from Investor Weekend 2018. You probably heard that spot or whatever, the information after every episode. It was epic. Friday night was jam fun of just investors getting together, networking with the roundtables. Man, I look forward to this every year. Every year. We already have the dates for 2019, which is April 12th and 13th at investorweekend.com. Dude, don't miss out. Anyway, here's a couple things that I learned. Anyway, I opened the thing up, which was awesome, and I was honored to kind of be the host of the event or the MC. And I woke up at 5 a.m. and I was like, man, these are these items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that I felt like that I was led to express. And so I don't know, maybe you were tuning in right now. I don't know who this is for, but these are 6 points quickly that was impactful for me and maybe for somebody in the crowd, and then hopefully for you on the radio. So somebody, if this touches you in any way, or you like, oh, okay, VC, I get it now. All right, hold on, let me clear my throat. All right, number 1, fear. Bang, bang. You got to get uncomfortable, and you can't let fear affect you. You just got to do it. You just got to go after it, get it done. I don't know who this is speaking to. You've been fooling around or listening to several podcasts about real estate. You've been going to real estate events. You even went to the Investor Weekend and you wanted to hear some more information. And you're tuning in right now. And what you need to hear is don't let the fear stop you. Okay? Fear is not even an issue. You need to get uncomfortable. Man, my throat. You got to get real uncomfortable. You got to put yourself in an uncomfortable position. So the example that I gave was this super high achiever. This dude, this guy that I know, he has a plane. He runs a huge multi-million-dollar corporation. This dude is just off the chain. His name is Tom Pace. This guy wrote a book, CEO something. Look him up. Tom Pace, Tompace. Well, through the grapevine, he mentored a friend of mine, and then I know this guy. He's came to the office. He's I wouldn't say we're homies, but I know him. He has my cell phone number. I have his cell phone number. Everybody has my cell phone number, so it really don't matter. But this is what this dude does. He makes himself uncomfortable that he wants to get up at 5 a.m. every day. It don't matter. And if he doesn't get up at 5 a.m., this dude will eat a can of Alpo, dog food. I don't know if you know Alpo. It's nasty. It's a can of dog food, moist. It's crazy. This dude will take a big spoon and eat the whole. And see, man, are you uncomfortable? Is there enough pain in your life to get off the couch and stop watching TV? Are you in a too comfortable? I felt the other day something came to me. You can be content, but you can't be comfortable. Ooh, come on. Content is not lazy. Content, but you don't want to be comfortable. You want to be uncomfortable. Bam, that's for you. Number 2, sacrifice. You got to make a sacrifice. Some people drove 12 hours from Indiana to come to Investor Weekend, Oklahoma City. Some people got on a plane and flew from Chicago. Some people came all the way from Nashville, from Chattanooga, from Texas, even from Tulsa. But, you know, it's so crazy. There was still more room for people to come. You got to make a sacrifice. Some people said, hey, you know, my kids are in sports. Yeah, I get it, right? I'm 100% for the children. But you got to make some sacrifices sometime. And that's what you are right now in your business. You got to make some sacrifices. You know what those are. I could help you. You could call me and we could do the Dave Ramsey show and have you on the radio. And yeah, man, I want to quit my job, but I got $200,000 in the bank and My living expenses are half of what I'm making. Come on, man. You can do it. That's number 3. Commit. This new generation, I heard they don't want to buy cribs. They don't want to buy houses. I mean, they don't want to buy cars. They don't want to commit. They just want to Uber all day and Airbnb. I get it. It's cool and sexy. But for you to be wealthy, for you to live your dream, you got to commit to something. First of all, commit to your partner, your spouse, boy or girl. I don't care. At least commit to something. Commit to them and then move on. But make a decision. Colin Powell said the problem with America is that we don't make a decision. Indecision is dangerous. So you try and make a commitment to your mentor, make a commitment to your coach, make a commitment that you're going to allot $5,000 and hire somebody. I don't know what it is, but go make a commitment. Number 4. Network. You can network at the RIA Club. You can network at the BNI Club. You can network at Home Depot when they're pouring a coffee. But network equals relationships. You got this game of real estate is about relationships. I'm telling you, I got a hot lead today, and this lead came from, check this out. This is, and I hope I can do this on the podcast. And I was like, on my way up here to the office, I'm gonna record a podcast. I was like, man, I'm gonna lock up this deal and I'm gonna put it on the podcast. So I was like trying to figure out, how did I get this deal? Well, one of my homies, a friend that's not even in real estate, he volunteers with me at WizKids, and he was talking to his partner, a friend, his driving partner, and told him that, I'm in real estate, and that dude's friend or his aunt or somebody has a problem with a property. And you know what we do, real estate investors? We solve problems. Dude called me. I went over there, took some photos. Yep, I fell into the crib. I'll talk about that later someday. And next thing you know, I made an offer. I don't know if they're going to take it, but that's progress. That's relationships. That's networking. That's how I get deals. You ain't going to get deals sitting in front of your computer, listen and have some TV in the background. Number 5, you are here, stay here. Wherever you are, be there. I mean, it's so simple. If and I caught myself today, and I'm just a hypocrite myself. So let's just be clear. So, ladies and gentlemen, I forgot. You tuned into the Savvy Radio Show. Hey ho, my name is Stephen VanCauwenbergh. Yeah ho. And I was at WizKids today, tutoring, trying to do something, and I was on my phone for a minute. And and then I put the phone down, and then the young man said it was his birthday last week, and I was like, oh, really? What do you want for your birthday? Which was real humbling, the things that he asked for. He asked for some football cleats. I was like, what? And then I was like, most children want an iPad or a phone, and this child wanted some cleats. I was like, okay. So I looked at some cleats and I showed him some cleats. You want these? He's like, no, I don't like those. So I was like, ooh, I learned real fast not to be buying people's shoes and if they're going to wear them. So I was like, homie, what else do you want? This dude said a football, just a football, a $10 football. Man, living an at-risk, it just humbled me. So I put the phone back down and I realized I need to be here. I need to be right here for this child, to love on this child, encourage this child, read to this child, get this child to study some sight words so he can get out of the hood. Simple. And the final one, you got to believe that you can do this. Bang, bang. You got to believe that you're a real estate investor. Go get some business cards. What's that free place? Vistaprint.com. Free, $5, $10 business cards. Just get some business cards. I buy houses. Steve VanCauwenbergh, I believe. I don't know. Acquisition manager. Give yourself a title. Believe in what you're doing. If you can't believe, you will never do. And you got to start changing your mindset. That's number 6B. Mindset. I'm telling you, I talked to someone today. His struggle to make a decision. Struggle to commit. And he was giving me some examples of somebody, and I was just looking at this dude, and he said he looked at his head, he pointed his finger to his mind. He's like, you gotta change your mindset. I was like, dude, that's exactly where I'm at. You got to change your mindset. Who said you have to work 8 hours a day? Who said you got to do these things? Who said that you should put your money in an IRA or a 401k and let the government tax that deal? You need to buy assets and you take care of your own retirement. Have a mindset that you can believe, that you can do it. You could do it through networking. You got to commit. You got to make a sacrifice, and you got to crush fear. All right. Seriously, that was my opening remarks at Investor Weekend 2018. Now, halfway through this deal, I was like, man, I need to write out. I need to do a podcast on what I learned. So this is part B. Here we go. Number one. I learned about the tax code. You know this maybe, and I don't, and I kind of knew this, but if you have if you have an entity, you get a 20% credit. So I don't know. You need to get with your tax accountant or your CPA or somebody right now. Say, yo, Steve VanCauwenbergh said that there's a new law, 2018, that you can get a discount, a 20% credit if you have a pass-through entity. So, for example, if your property's in your name, you may not be a pass-through entity. If you don't know what a pass-through entity, call me. Anyway, listen, call your CPA, your accountant, Google it up, new real estate law. You know, maybe Donald Trump did one thing nice. I don't know. Check it out. All right, that was I learned that on Friday night at the round table from an accountant / ninja. Brian Nix, man, Brian Nix came with the heat. I'm telling you, not selling nothing, just came and just dropped love on everybody. One thing I learned from that dude was off the chain. His whole thing is private money. The dude's raised private money. He's an incredible man. And I didn't think of this. He's like, you got to work on your credibility kit all the time. Like basically create a resume all the time. Take pictures. You know, you guys know this. We talked about this before. But one of the things that I learned that he said that I did not realize is put in your credibility kit a simple interest chart. Or when you're presenting a deal like, hey, sir, I want to purchase this property. I would love for you to be the bank. Would you like to invest with me as a private lender? Loan me the money. I'll purchase the property. I'll fix it up. I'll rent it out, pay you back. Here is the interest chart. How much money you're going to make. So you don't have to do the talking. Let the simple interest chart do the talking. Bam. I was like, that was worth the admission. But it's even better. Mr. Nix came strong. Brian Nix. You need to Google Brian Nix up and call that dude. Because if you want to learn about how to raise money, you crying that you have no money, you can't buy cribs. Dude, this dude raised over $4 million with private money, $6 million at one time. I don't know how, $4 million private money, and he broke it off phenomenal. Anyway, another thing I got out of that, you know, what you should put into your credibility kit. This is off the chain. So the conversation that you're going to have with a private lender, how much am I going to make? Or what's my return? Or what's my interest? I'm going to loan you $50,000. What's the interest rate I'm going to get? I thought this was a phenomenal idea. Good job, B. He had a flyer in his credibility kit that had the current CD rate. Let the paper do the talking. Let it do its thing. If you have any sense of mind, you would understand CD rates are ghetto. You ain't going to make no money putting your money in a CD. So right now CDs are at just not too long ago, 0.01. I called the bank yesterday in front of somebody just for fun. Sir, how much is a CD? Well, right now we're offering 0.25 for what? I've seen 1% was like you're begging a bank. Now, of course, you heard me talk about markets.com right now is doing 1.6. But let's just say we are just on full cylinders. Banks are just paying on CDs at 4%, 3%. Well, sir, they're only offering 4. I'm willing to pay you 6 or 8%. That's double. So if the CD market rate right now is 1% on your money, you show them a simple interest chart, how much money they're making, and if they loan you money, this is how much money they're making. Why do you think there's mahogany desks on bankers' rooms? All right. What else? I wrote something down here. Know what you're offering. Okay, this is another Brian Nix thing. He's like, listen, you need to practice this thing of private money and know what you're talking about. Know how the process works. And if you don't know, get with a friend and practice it. Go over, know what you're offering. You're offering a real estate transaction that, well, you're actually basically getting a mortgage. These people are giving you a mortgage. A private person is giving you a mortgage, and it's collateralized or backed by or secure, however you want to say it, by the real estate that you're acquiring, and that's their collateral. Know what you're offering. Know about the property. Know everything you can about the property. But I really got that message. So basically, that was 3 things from Brian Nix. Off the chain. There you go, homie. And then Brad Grayson. Brad Grayson, the master landlord out of Indiana. Dude, he came strong. So many people just rallied around him. It was kind of exciting to see him, be a keynote speaker per se. I've seen him speak many times at the Mr. Landlord Conference, which is coming up near the end of May 20 something. And Brad always opens up the conference with this word called freedom. And I'm just super proud of that dude for coming in and just dropping stuff, getting people encouraged, but then giving some serious knowledge. Here's the serious knowledge that I got. First of all, have your prospective or your new tenant, right when you're signing a lease, have them fill out an emergency contact list. Now, what's the point of this? Well, the point is you need to collect rent maybe someday. You can go down this list of 10 or 15 people. Phenomenal. Now, if you got a deadbeat tenant in your property and you ask them for the emergency contact list, they ain't going to talk to you no more. But if you get it on the front end, good job, Brad, ask them, hey, just in case something happens, we need to get a hold of you for an emergency purposes. Could you give us some, 4 or 5, 6, 8 people that are close to you so we can let them know that you're okay, that, you're not responding to text messages because you're at another location. And 9 times out of 10, most people, everybody would fill that out. I would fill that out, but it's a trick. Yeah. It's a trick to get at that information. And if you ever need to, got a deadbeat tenant, they're a little sketchy on the finances, you can start calling, looking for them. Or if their phone got changed, that happens in the hood. Like every other relationship, it just happens. Another thing that pushed me that Brad said that was really powerful, he's like, I have an audio recording of me going over the lease over and over and over. And he was like, make me the bad guy when I say, if you don't pay on time, you're going to have a late fee. Nice. I just thought that was really good. I've seen a video version, and there's always been one of my goals is to go for the lease and then have a video version of it. But man, why not you could do an audio version right here, right now on your iPhone. Don't buy an iPhone, get an Android, but still on your smartphone, you can hit record, go over a lease, explain the whole details, and then you're going to have them listen to it. And the final thing that I learned was have an early termination clause up front, explain what's going to happen if you decide. And he had in his like a 2-month early termination clause. Anyway, hopefully this stuff was inspiring for you. Hopefully you got motivated. Hopefully you're like, dang, I'm ready to get in the game of real estate investing. Bam. If you are, keep it love. Check this out, because SavvyInvestors.com, the new website is coming. Trust me, right now is all dogged out, old school, but we coming strong. Savvy Investors is building a platform right now, and I want you involved. So hang tight. It's coming through. Other than that, you tuned in to the SavvyRadioShow.com. There's other episodes. Check them out.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at SavvyRadioShow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.